good at her sewing machine, but something was terribly wrong. Lady Goat's leg had detached from her body, multiplying into 20 different pieces. Each leg was busily working on the sewing machine, threading and cutting fabric at impossible speed. Once upon a time, in a bustling city of Abuja, there was a woman named Lady Goat, known far and wide for her extraordinary sewing skill. Lady Goat's work was unlike any other. She was a renowned fashion designer, with customers from across the world flocking to her shop, which was filled with stunning designs and beautiful crafted clothes. Her shop was also talk of the town, not just for the clothes, but its unique rules. No tapes allowed for measuring. Lady Goat had no apprentice, no workers, and never allowed anyone to help her in her shop. When asked why she never hired assistants, she would smile mysteriously and change the topic. Even her closest friends and loyal customers were puzzled by this, but they learned not to press too hard. Her shop was an enigma, and her methods were even strange. Despite never to use a tape to take measurements, she always crafts garments that fit her customers perfectly. Her customers would describe their designs, pay, and come back the same day to collect their clothes. No matter how complex the design is, Lady Goat will always deliver on time. This strange phenomenon continuously continued, especially one of her regular customers, De-onii. De-onii had been a loyal patron for years, but she had always been suspicious of the mystery surrounding Lady Goat's shop. While others marveled at the clothes, De-onii couldn't shake the feelings that something was off.
How could Lady Goat craft such perfect clothes without taking measurements?
De-onii would said. One day, De-onii decided that she had to know the truth. She walked into Lady Goat's shop, carrying a measuring tape in her purse. As soon as she stepped inside Lady Goat's shop, Lady Goat's face darkened.
"No tapes are allowed here,"
she shouted, her voice filled with an almost unnatural anger. De-onii pretended to be startled, quickly threw the tape outside.
"I'm sorry,"
she said, handing Lady Goat a piece of fabric for a new dress. Lady Goat took the material and promised the dress would be ready by the evening. De-onii left the shop. Her mind was racing. She was determined to uncover the secret behind Lady Goat's sewing methods. When she returned in evening to pick up her dress, she came earlier than expected, hoping to catch Lady Goat in the act of sewing. What she saw shocked her to the core. Through the crack in the door, De-onii saw Lady Goat at her sewing machine, but something was terribly wrong. Lady Goat's leg had detached from her body, multiplying into 20 different pieces. Each leg was busily working on the sewing machine, threading and cutting fabric at impossible speed. De-onii was shocked and accidentally made a noise. Lady Goat's disembodied legs quickly reassembled themselves, and she appeared whole once again. She turned to Ini, her eyes wide with fear and anger.
You saw too much,
Lady Gold said, her voice trembling. She grabbed Ini's arm and pulled her inside her shop.
You must not tell anyone what you have seen,
Lady Gold whispered harshly. Ini, terrified, nodded, her heart racing. Seeing Ini's fear, Lady Gold finally broke down.
It wasn't always like this,
she confessed.
Years ago, I was just a poor girl with a dream of becoming a great fashion designer. I had no money to attend a sewing school or even buy materials. One night, as I sat by the river, crying over my broken dreams, a spirit appeared before me, a moon spirit, dressed in a flowing white garment. The spirit promised me great success in sewing. But there was a catch. I could have to give up giving any kind of measuring tape in my working place. In return, the spirit would grant me the ability to sew perfectly without even needing a measurement. I accepted without hesitation.
Lady Gold's voice grew softer.
At first, it seemed like a blessing. My shop became famous. I made more money than I ever imagined, and customers from all over the world came to me. But over time, the moon spirit began to take control of my body. My legs would detach, multiply, and walk on their own. I became a slave to the moon spirit, forced to keep her secret, forced to share my wealth with her. I live in constant fear of abandoning me, leaving me in disgrace.
Ini listened in horror, her heart broken for Lady Gold.
But why didn't you never ask for help?
She asked.
Why didn't you stop?
Lady Gold shook her head.
I was too greedy. I wanted the success, the fame, and the money. I didn't care about the price I had to pay, as long as I could have everything I ever wanted.
Ini was quiet for a moment, then spoke.
Lady Gold, you didn't have to live like this anymore. I know a pastor who can help you. You can break free from this curse.
Lady Gold hesitated. She has grown so accustomed to her power, so used to the success, that the thought of giving it all up terrified her. But deep down, she knew Ini was right. She couldn't continue living like this, trapped in a nightmare of her own mistake. After much pressure, Lady Gold finally agreed to go with Ini to the pastor. When they arrived, the pastor listened to Lady Gold's story and prayed over it, asking for deliverance from the spirit's hold. For hours, they prayed, until finally, Lady Gold felt the chains of the curse broke. The spirit moon had left her, and she was free. Lady Gold was overjoyed. She immediately enrolled in a proper sewing school, eager to learn how to sew without relying on the spirit moon. Although the process was slow and challenging, she worked hard and eventually became a skilled designer in her own right. With the curse lifted, Lady Goat's business flourished even more than before. She no longer had to share her wealth with the moon spirits, and for the first time in years, she was truly happy. The burden of secrecy and fear had been lifted, and she could now enjoy her success with a clear conscience. De-onii, who had helped Lady Goat find freedom, became her closest friend. Together, they celebrated Lady Goat's newfound life, grateful for the lessons learned and the peace that came with doing things the right way. Lady Goat had learned the hard way that greed and shortcuts came with a heavy price, but in the end, she found redemption, happiness, and a future built on her own hard work. And from that day forward, no spirit would ever control her body again. The end.